Bank Windhoek is a commercial bank, as you all know. Our main function is to provide financial services, the full spectrum of financial services, of course. We are the largest bank, commercial bank within the country in terms of advances and loans. So if you need a loan, you know who to call. We are a locally owned bank, and I must say we are the only locally owned bank, which speaks a lot to what climate change intervention needs in the sense of ownership. So when we participate in interventions, it's more than us just fulfilling our mandate, it's us contributing constructively to the development of the economy. And so within the climate finance space, Bank Windhoek is a pioneer. We have been doing a lot in the space. We issued thematic bonds. This is us raising additional funding to just try to allocate funding towards contributing constructively to addressing the issues of sustainable development and climate action. So what is sustainable finance? For us, we use sustainable finance as moving from the conventional way of doing finance. We think about society, the environment, incorporating these aspects into financial decisions, creating instruments, facilities, offerings, and so forth that speak to create an overall impact as opposed to just focusing on the bottom line. And what we have been doing gives us a broad overview of what we can do as a commercial bank and just participate in all areas of the economy. And sticking to what we are trying to achieve, or what this conference is trying to achieve, is climate action. And in that sense, we also have a purview to sort of make an impact, direct financing towards climate action. So our journey, I'll take you through our journey, which also speaks to what the EIF has done thus far in terms of collaboration and partnerships. We as a commercial bank would obviously have not achieved what we have achieved without the key partnerships, relationships that we have built throughout the years, and the EIF also being one of those strategic partners that we've worked together before. So our journey begins with the SUNREF program. This is the French Development Agency program that gave a credit line facility to local commercial banks to sort of invest or provide financing towards projects within the sustainable space, renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, and so forth, in collaboration with the EIF. So we participated in this program, and one key important learnings that we took from that participation is that we accessed knowledge, expertise that we wouldn't have necessarily have had at the time, in the terms of the technical assistance that came with the facility, which capacitated us immensely, and it just broadened our way of thinking, you know. So after this program, we then thought to ourselves, how do we take these key learnings from this collaboration, this partnership, and expand on that and use local sort of resources to drive what the previous program was driving? That's when we thought of the Green Bond, which is a financial instrument raising funding specifically for projects that are in the environmental space or have a positive impact in the environmental space. We managed to issue that. We're the first commercial bank to issue a green bond in the region, which was a momentous feat, of course. We also we won a Pioneer Award by the Climate Initiative. So after this experience, we then thought, how do we further expand on this? How do we broaden the impact that we're trying to achieve? That's when the sustainability bond came about. So the sustainability bond provided us an avenue to sort of expand our reach and try to finance projects that also had a social impact, which truly cemented our drive in sustainable finance and ensuring access to financing that relates to having an impact within the environment and society. So we have what we call the sustainability loan, which we publicly sort of started driving this year in March. The actual program started a bit earlier than that, but then we then worked with externally. We issued it this year in around March, which runs till December, so which I'll get into with regards to our current initiatives. So what we're currently doing at Bank Windhoek is the sustainability loan. So with funding, we thought about how do we expand or give access to everyone to this funding that we have that benefits social and environmental projects. Because inherently, private debt is unique, as you all know. So we then came up with a sustainability loan, which then offers individuals, SMEs, a little bit more flexibility in terms of access to the funding. So, for example, a no deposit requirement, for example, less stringent collateral requirements when it pertains to certain types of projects. So for individuals, for example, if you want to put up solar, for example, in your household, you can apply up to 500,000, and then you can access the few benefits. Of course, normal banking processes still prevail, but the idea is we are trying to sort of give the access within the mandate that we have and the flexibility that we have. And the other thing that we're working on is the Green Climate Fund accreditation, which we have been fortunate enough to work with close partners such as the EIF, who's been supporting us in our journey. So the ambition with the Green Climate Fund accreditation is that we'll be able to access concessional funding that we'll be able to sort of put towards climate action within the country, increase the country's capacity to draw in that funding that the country needs. As previously mentioned, that implementation of the NDCs is going to take quite a great deal of funding to successfully implement. So that is Bank Windhoek, what we're doing within sustainable finance. A better future tomorrow today. So if you want to achieve your sustainability ambitions and so forth, you can just call me. Thank you.